Hi Virgo, welcome to January 2019. So let's get started. We know about Mars, coming into Aries, cardinal energy with the sun coming into Capricorn. I know our energy's been kind of going kind of in and out, ebbs and flows, but I think we're ready for a consistent stream. Of ambition and determination so that we can actually get those things done that we've been meaning to get done for a long time. And it's time to put certain things on the front burner, and to get those things sizzling again. Get things sizzling again. Maybe that's what I'll call the name of the video, right? It's very swift motion, very swift movement. I genuinely feel Virgo taking a hold of all these projects that they've got going on and making a lot happen with them. There's a snowball effect that comes with the Eight of Wands. And once you kind of set one intention, some other things come online for you. And once you have one project underway, other projects come online for you. And it's kind of exhilarating because I think this is where Virgo really thrives. It thrives in getting things done. It thrives in success. It thrives in progress. And Virgo is not a sign that has to struggle a lot with falling in love with the process. It's not really always about the end game with a Virgo, the way it would be more so like with a Capricorn or a Scorpio, right? Where they really want to see that result. Virgo is much more happy on the day-to-day level, handling the day-to-day operations and knowing that if you tend to the pennies, the dollars will grow. Okay? And I feel that for you. This is you just doing, focusing on the pennies. And then behind the scenes or in the very near future, all those dollars are kind of compounding simply by the actions that you're taking now. So great start for January out of the gate. But it's very peaceful. This can either go two ways for me. It can either be like a racehorse out of the gate, or it can be, really just kind of inside, but nothing substantial really happening out there. And I think this is taking on the more peaceful quality here. You're just in your zone, that's all. And when we get into our zone, amazing things happen. That's where you thrive the most, being in the zone. Six of Swords, which we know is about the spiritual evolution. We know it's about the journey. And man, have we all been on a journey, not just Virgos, but it's pretty much everyone in the zodiac, and I think this new set of eclipses in the Cancer-Capricorn axis are really going to be highlighting progress, right? We're really going to be highlighting how far we've come. We're really taking on a whole new brand of challenges. Because all the challenges that we dealt with, in our relationships, in our businesses, in our careers, in our finances, those have all sort of been outmoded. And now it's like, okay, we need to upgrade our challenges, right? People in the business world, they always say there's only higher quality problems, right? The higher and higher you get, the problems get higher and higher quality. And I think that's what you're doing. You're upgrading your challenge set. So when you get the Five of Cups reversed, it speaks to letting stuff go, getting over it, releasing it, not dwelling on it, and getting yourself to a place where you can genuinely appreciate what's happened, where you can genuinely appreciate the lessons that were learned. And see, with the Six of Swords, I always say that the swords represent the knowledge that we have acquired through our successes as much as our failures, and through just even neutral experiences. We're always learning something. We're always learning something about ourselves. And when we learn things about other people, that's also a reflection back on us. So it's always this constant thing. Five of Cups reverse suggests a sense of peace in a time when I'm wondering, why isn't Virgo more anxious? Being the worry warts of the zodiac, why aren't you feeling more anxious? And I think the reason for that is because you know that what's coming is manageable. Challenging, yeah, sure. Interesting, different, yeah, sure. but manageable. Like, we all know that we're not going to get anything that we can't handle. And it's kind of like this stepping into power too, and being like, yeah, I can handle it. I can do it. Yeah, sure. Give me 3 more things. That's fine. No problem. It's not overwhelmed. There's no overwhelm going on here. Have you found the flow? Are you living in the flow right now? That's beautiful. If you find yourself there, being like, huh, yeah, maybe I am in the flow. Life seems to be going pretty nice. Now, I don't know what else is going to come out, but so far, so good. Strength. When strength comes out, it always means we're going to need strength. So when you think about situations where you need strength, what kind of situations does that bring about? I don't know, an argument maybe, some kind of roadblock or obstacle in a project that you want to get done, but see, the woman in this, and I always say, she represents her higher self, right? Her connection with the infinity above her crown there. It's real, and it represents your connection with the divine and your all-knowingness. The lion is always tameable. This is you taming the beast. This is the manageability of the things that are going to come your way. Like, I don't know. I don't see, there's like no problem here. No problem. And if someone does try to pick a fight with you, because people are going to be, it's all across the board with these eclipses. Some people really thrive in this intensity, and other people just get dunked under, and they just, especially with the Cancer energy at play here and the Pluto energy at play, like we're just kind of, it's so delicate. And I think that you are in a mindset of like, okay, I really need to take everything on a case-by-case basis. Nothing really has to do with me, so I'm not really going to worry about it. So I'm just going to like stay up here in my high consciousness, and I'm going to stay up here in my compassion and up here in my understanding. And I'm just going to, let people live their life, and I'm going to let things pass through me. I'm going to let things pass through the moment. And I'm not going to get all worked up about it because it's not worth it. And that is your strength. That's the strength, is not getting worked up about it, not getting stressed. You may be feeling a bit anxious with the moon coming up in the next couple days, but obviously that's very temporary. It may, and it will dissipate rapidly. So. Okay, here it is. So 5 of Swords. That's the thing. The 5 of Swords is the thing that probably is going to be the most annoying thing that you'll have to deal with. See, I think that the repeated psychological patterns and the repeated psychological habits that I always say with the 5 of Swords, right? When a 5 of Swords comes out, it's like you find yourself in that same argument. You find yourself dealing with the same egos of different people and the same office politics or whatever it is. And you kind of just have this power to recognize it, right? Because you are moving away from it. There is movement away. And I see the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Swords both moving to the future, whereas this is kind of, looking toward the past. And I'll show you the cards near the end like I did last month so you can kind of see them. But, it's still present and it's still annoying, but it doesn't really have any power in this moment. I see this card as being very, very weak. Strength comes out and trumps whatever the 5 of Swords has, simply because you're aware. Like, you may even be sitting there and be having like the same conversation, and you may be dealing with the same thing, this person that's frustrating you, and you're just gonna like float up. You're just gonna float up and like look at what's going on in the room, and it's not even really happening to you, right? The true essence of you, the true essence of your core, which is the woman in this card. The thing that's happening in the room is represented by the lion. The 5 of Swords is the lion. It's nothing. It's like not even a thing. I don't know. And you're going to see other people getting caught in this trap. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, haven't you figured it out yet? Like, I know it took me a long time to figure it out, but haven't you figured it out? And I think there's going to be this feeling of like, wow, one, I really have grown. And two, how are we not all growing? How is this still a thing? How is this still a problem? How is this still a problem in our relationship, you know? And you're going to have to be the bigger person. Most likely you will. You're going to have to be the bigger person because you're the one that sees. You're the one that sees what it really is. And you're the one that sees what this person is doing. You're the one that sees the cyclical patterns and the cyclical habits. It's hard to be in this world and to be conscious. And as you continue, because it's an infinite scale, so there's all levels, right? But it's hard to deal with people who haven't done any work at all. Because you're like, oh my gosh, like life would be so much better if we were all just better to each other, you know? This is you seeing that. It's like a mini awakening. Seeing it for what it really is. Seeing that person for what it really is. Seeing yourself and your path and your progress for what it really is. You're going to start having doors open for you. I don't know what you've been doing, but you've been doing amazing things, and you are going to start seeing doors open for you. I think you're on the tail end of a major energy shift, and that's why these eclipses are so important, because it earmarks a new little era. Right? A short period of time, like 18 months. It earmarks another little era in our life. Like I said, you're upgrading your problems, which is why when you find yourself like in old problems, you're like, oh my God, I'm so like past this. And the Eight of Wands is going to scoop you up and move you in the forward direction. It's going to move you into the next more higher quality moment. And the Judgment is beautiful because it's clarity. It's clarity. And it's practicing good judgment. There's no conflict here. There's no fighting. There's no nothing. Because of you. It's not happening because of you. Because you're not about to lower your vibrations to deal with lower vibrational situations. You're going to keep it high. You're going to keep it high vibe. What is this? Peaceful protest? I think that might be what this is. Peaceful protest against this. And you're just the one that just sits down and shuts your mouth and just says, you know what? When you're ready to talk about it, we can talk about it. I'm not gonna put forth effort. I'm not gonna let my ego get in the way. You're not gonna let your ego get in the way. Other people are, and you're going to see it. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, how sad is that? And you're going to know, you used to be there, so there's compassion, so you get it. The Hermit is so wise, It is someone who's dealt with the pain. They've dealt with it, and they've worked through it, and they've let it go. This is the same. So now that you've let go of the pain, there's no need to fight because there's nothing to fight. Usually when we fight, usually when we resist, it's us trying to protect something. But now you don't have anything left to protect because your ego it's only a tool now. It's only a tool. It's only something for you to use to express yourself. It's only something for you to use to get things done, right? It's only something for you to use to be seen and to be heard and to share. But it's not something... it's nothing other than that. That's a positive manifestation of ego. Someone that knows how to use their ego to affect and to instill change in themselves and in others. But other than that, like when you're fighting for something, when you're fighting for some belief that might be unfounded or fighting to protect some pain, it's like, no, man, like I'm over that. I'm not at that level anymore. Seven of Wands suggests someone who puts down their weapons. I don't have the energy to fight. I just don't. I mean, that's amazing. And I don't think that I've said that with any other sign so far. I believe you are going to come across. I don't think this is just one scenario. I'm not getting any personalities out here, really. I'm getting Virgo, Leo, and potentially an Aquarius energy with the Judgment card. Let's see, this one wanted to come out. And the Empress, Libra, Taurus. There is bounty and there is abundance in what you're doing. There's creativity in what you're doing. These eclipses are happening in your 5th house. You have a lot of attention on creativity, and for some of you, children as well, romance as well, sex, partnership, dating, any artistic endeavors that you've got going on as well. And I do think this is a time where Virgo is going to start being seen a lot more, that they're really going to be putting themselves out there. I think maybe that's even kind of what this is, or what this really represents. I just got a flash of something that's never, ever, ever happened to me before. Maybe you're stepping into the role of the angel in some scenarios in your life too, with some certain people. And in a way, you might become some kind of a leader, which is weird to say. Again, I never see that with this card, but just popped into my head, so I thought I'd say it. So maybe you're becoming some kind of force that people want to be a part of. They want to be a part of your movement. They want to be a part of your tribe. They want to be a part of what you've got going on. They see you. They see how much you've grown. They see how much you've elevated too. That's the problem with when people start elevating and they start growing, is they start feeling like people really wanting to cling to them, because it's like, take me too, and they just kind of grab onto them. Take me too. Take me with you. But I don't think that you have the capacity to really handle that. I mean, clearly you don't. But the more and more you live in this newfound authenticity, the more and more abundance you will acquire. And I do mean physical world abundance, right? Because I think you've planted so many seeds through 2018 that it's impossible that this stuff doesn't grow, especially with the 8 of Wands in the center. It's impossible that this stuff doesn't grow. It has to grow. It doesn't have an option. That's what life does. You plant the seeds, you put in the energy, you put in the effort, you tend to the soil, you tend to the water, you tend to the sunlight exposure, and those seeds will grow. Throughout 2019 and into 2020, I think you are going to find yourself in this Garden of Eden. And I say Garden of Eden as, a blanket statement for a financially abundant lifestyle, for a happy family situation, pregnancy potentially for those of you who want it and who are wanting that. There is fertility in the air as well. And there's good health all around as well. I think with the Strength card coming out, Judgment card, Hermit, and this one all upright, I do feel that health is going well, because I think you've healed a lot of the emotional stuff. And once we clear up that emotional stuff, the physical health responds to that. So I think I'm not trying to just project my stuff, but I know that my health has been so forefront for me for the past several months, since our birthday, right, in September. And it's like you realize at a certain point that without your health, nothing else matters. Without your health, it's hard to be there 100% for your family. It's hard to be there 100% for other people. So yeah, great, beautiful. So much balance here. So much elegance. You guys are handling everything so much elegance. See, I had a feeling this was going to come out. Why do these always come out together? This is an interesting pairing that often happens. So we've got the 3 5s coming out. This is what's going on around you. That's all. What am I doing? This is what's going on around you. You're not fighting in this. You're not participating in this stuff at all. You're really not, because I think you look at this stuff and you're like, there are no winners there. That is such a waste. There's no winners there. Be careful that you're not, too judgmental. Compassion is a thing, And please be sure to tap into that when you see this stuff going on and when you see other people really, really struggling. If you do find yourself engaging in a Five of Wands, again, office politics, sibling rivalries, significant other quarreling, whatever, just take a step back, elevate, see the room, see what's really going on, look at things with facts and objectivity, not from your ego. Everything gets filtered through our ego. And when you remove the ego, things don't really appear to be that bad most of the time. Most of the time. You have to remember what's going on. People are on edge. People are anxious. People are nervous. There is an energy of purging. It's like The Purge, right? Not the movie. Not like that. Maybe like that a little bit. But I mean, people are purging stuff. So they are, they're doing it. And if they're doing it unconsciously, they are going to take it out on people. And you could be potentially in the crossfires there. Crosshairs. Okay, now I see another person. A King of Cups, a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We also got this card, which again is common with the Five of Swords as well, another pairing that is common. Because when we find ourselves here, it is so easy to revert backwards. And I always say the Seven of Swords is a card of self-sabotage. And the way that this would be self-sabotage is by participating and by forgetting all the lessons that you've learned, right? And by forgetting that on some level, you've already let it go. So why are you going backwards? Why are you going backwards? You don't have to. It's full force ahead in the center of the reading. Don't forget. Full force ahead. So here's someone. We'll clarify him in the comprehensive. We'll put the camera down in just a second. Let's see where he's coming from. This person, a good person, all right? Intense, though. Legit intense. And feeling a lot of things. And maybe in some way it is even their kind of being so quiet about their stuff, being so quiet about their emotions that might trigger stuff too. And they're not really known for talking about emotions a lot, simply because that's scary for them. Okay, so we'll see what's going on here, and we'll see like why is he coming out with the 5 and the 7, right? Let's put this down now. We'll do that first, actually. And I've been turning the camera around a little bit here. There you go. So you can see how all the cards are. Okay. Let's look at him right away and just see what is the King of Cups. What is his whole deal? Okay. First of all, even though if you don't want to buy the comprehensive, it's so important to know that this person is not available to you in a lot of ways. Okay, just simply not available. And we'll go into like the Knight as well. Let's look at the 7 of Swords. This is someone that you may have been banging your head against the wall, trying to get something from them. You know, and this could be something old, something you're not even really participating in anymore, but yet because of the eclipses, it may surface feelings and emotions about them simply because they may represent something significant in your life that needs to be released. So, okay. Oh, a lot of stuff coming out. That's you. I don't like how this person affects you, how this person reverses you. But we'll talk about it. Let's look at the 5 of Swords. High Priestess reverse. Typical eclipse energy too. Cups, some kind of a betrayal or something, yeah. 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, something had an impact on you. I don't even really know. I wasn't even clarifying anything specific with that one, but we just got these 3 extra, so I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll put them over here. We will talk about them. Hanged Man, clarifying the 5 of Cups. Star, both upright. And the Fool reversed. A lot of shifting and alignment between now and the time of the eclipse. When we do the February readings, which will probably be before the eclipse or right around the time of the eclipse, we'll probably see a major shift in any stagnation that you're experiencing. So don't worry too much if a lot doesn't change. End it there. I'm not even going to touch the cards now. So, I'm going to leave you guys there. That's all. Link will be down below. Lots to talk about still. And that's it. Have a happy holiday. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.